that, like, typically, like, one way to play it is you could definitely just be kind of like a platoon sergeant or be like on the hip of the platoon commander. But to be most effective, you need to also see where all the fighting is, right? You need to see where those targets are. So I like to actually be a detached JTAC running around, coordinating with the platoon commander on the radio, but truly at the front edge so you can understand where air support is best utilized. So it is dangerous in that sense. It's probably one of the more dangerous roles to have because as an isolated individual, it's very easy for you to just get shot and you don't have a battle buddy like normally, doctrinally, right? So with that, the big thing for being a JTAC is really just multi-net management. Like that's the big technical hurdle, and then everything else is all procedural. It's all just using either, if you're really comfortable, you can do kind of informal target briefs, or you can also do like formal target briefs. But so I think the first thing we should probably talk about, Banzer, is just like how to set up, because if people aren't familiar with the whole like multi-net management of having 2 or 3 radios at once, that's like a big piece that needs to be accomplished and you need to be comfortable with before you can even talk about the actual procedural stuff of being a JTAC.
Yeah, we can go through that. So for me, whenever I'm running JTAC, I usually have 3 radios. I have 2 148s and I have 1 343. The keybinds for that are, for me at least, I don't think I've changed them too much, is I have talking to AirNet on caps lock in my right ear. I'll have talking to platoon net on control caps lock in my left ear, and then my platoon 343 is alt caps lock for both ears. I'm like fucking plugged in the whole time.
Those are the default for Acre, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So let me just grab those, and then that's to get that all set up is pretty easy with your Ace self interact. If you grab some 148s out of this box here, once you grab those, you can. Well, I'll give you guys a second to grab them.
And the really nice thing with the radio management is that you can set up radio save sets. So I would make one called JTAC.
Yeah, that menu is really fucking slick. It used to be a nightmare before we added that mod. Alright, so with your 2 148s and your 1 343, you can self-interact and go to your radios and open that manage radio settings menu. And you'll get this cool visual GUI thing. You should see your 343 and your 2 148s at the top. And the next set of buttons are which push to talk it's on. So number 1 is going to be your default caps lock, which I'd set to AirNet. Number 2 is going to be your control caps lock, which for me will be command net. And the 3 is your like tertiary push to talk, which is alt caps. And then in the middle you got your channels there. So it's going to be channel 4 for AirNet, channel 1 for command net on 148, and then platoon co is usually 343 channel 1. And then you've got ears and volume on the right. And then once you get that all set up, you can go to the bottom right and I guess it's add save state down there, and then rename it to JTAC or whatever. And then once you're in the mission, I guess you hit that save, you hit load, and you get like a little preview down at the bottom. And if you see that's all good, that's what you want, you hit that apply, and that'll set your radius to that configuration.
Anyone lost? Hell yeah.
So to confirm, it's channel 6 for infantry, channel 1 for command, and GR channel 4 for air.
It is 148 channel 4 is AirNet. 148 channel 1 is command net, and 343 channel 1 is your link to platoon commander.
Sorry, where do we find the other radio? That's not the default one?
It's in this in the arsenal, in the miscellaneous items whenever you're looking at like your backpack or your vest or something. It's you want 1 ANPRC 343 and 2 ANPRC 148s.
So, for those that don't know, the 148 is a higher power radio. It's a 5-watt handheld radio. So it can go in our ARMA server settings, it's like global. It can go the whole map pretty much. The 343 is just a team radio, like a squad radio, and it has a max transmission range of like 300 to 500 meters. So you need to have a 148 to talk to the air players because they're typically going to be anywhere from 2 to up to maybe like 10 kilometers away, depending if they're going to rearm or do things like that.
Do you need to be a specific role in the orbit to actually be able to grab a 148?
Yeah, it's
Typically,
usually only
leaders.
available for leadership. Yeah.
Okay, that's probably my issue then.
Yeah, you can
if
ace
you
interact on this box here,
yeah,
and
use
you'll
this
get
box.
access to the full arsenal.
This is a full, yeah.
I hear all the little clickies of people.
Yeah, I think that's Aura testing their stuff.
Yep, I think I got it all set up.
Alright, so I'll go down the line. I'm talking on AirNet 148 in my right ear right now. And then this is CommandNet on my left ear, 148 channel 1. And then I got the 343 channel 1 on this net. I'm seeing some nodding heads. I'm seeing everybody looking good there. Yeah. So, again, this is... I'd still count this as a technical issue, like Killjoy said, but you're like a conduit of information between the ground and the sky, right? So with this setup, you're gonna have up to 4 or 5 people talking to you at the same time, and that is honestly the biggest hurdle as a JTAC, is being able to hear all of those things going on and not getting just overwhelmed by the massive flow of information that crops up sometimes. Especially like if new contact pops up, like air spots a vehicle and then ground spots the same vehicle at the same time, you're gonna have both ears going on. You might have platoon co on 343 saying, "Hey, get air to strike that for us," or you're gonna have like people in local next to you also pointing it out to you. You know, so it's a big hurdle. You got to be really comfortable with doing comms and all that stuff. I guess next we can talk about, I guess just how to control the aircraft, right? Like how to set up an AO. So let's oh hey, he's back. Okay, we're all
what's up?
good on
Radios?
radio stuff, I think.
Hellfire.
So what should we go to next?
All right. Next thing we'll talk about is just basically like the flow of being a JTAC, right? From mission start all the way through. We'll focus mostly on the actual like execution, but I just want to talk about like planning real quick, pre-coordination with the pilots, and then your initial like what you do if you're doing like an air assault or anything like that. So, big picture, a lot of pre-planning can really help you with the execution. Putting down waypoints and shit like that. So I don't know if you saw on mission 1 last session, Rund had a fuck ton of like whiskeys and x-rays. Those are really useful. Those are known as TRP, target reference points. And as long as everyone is tracking what they are and we have a common operating picture, it makes calling in strikes or coordinating anything super easy. Now, those are all kind of infantry or fire support specific, but there's other things that are specific to air players that nobody else is going to care about. And that's going to be something called IPs and BPs. So an IP is an initial point. This is where your fixed wing aircraft are going to hold. So typically what I like to do is place several IPs. Usually you want to place them 3 to, real world it's like 5 to 10 nautical miles, but Arma scaling doesn't allow that. So 3 kilometers to 5 kilometers out. And this is where your fixed wing aircraft are basically going to loiter and wait for you to give them tasks or assignments or do whatever it is they need to do. So we can draw some real quick on the map and make sure everyone kind of sees them. The other one that we'll talk about is BPs, which are battle positions. Those are specific for rotary wings, so helicopters. BPs are a lot closer because helicopters obviously don't cover ground as fast as a jet does. And the other thing about BPs is you typically want to set them up in boxes, and that enables the helicopter to own any fighting position or airspace inside that box. Whereas the IP is just a point, and it's like an anchor point that they can use as a reference. So I'll place some real quick. Banzer, you want to cover anything else regarding IPs and BPs while I place these?
No, it all sounds good to me. Other than just like naming schemes, I guess.
Yeah, go
It's
with naming schemes.
Yeah, it's good to have, some like distinct, easily recognizable names for your control points, basically. Like if I have, let me get some examples of like bad BP names. If I have BP Flubel, I got BP Pooble, and I got BP Grubel. If I say that on the radio, what are the odds that the pilot is going to hear one of those and know which one I'm talking about, Because these 3 points could be like 3 separate locations around the AO. It's really important that your pilot hears a distinct word there and is able to figure out which one you're talking about. So some good themes are beer names like Killjoy's putting down. I don't know, football teams, like just it doesn't have to be anything specific. It just has to be, distinct, easily identifiable.
Absolutely. And another thing about this is, Benny, you can, and this is an open discussion. So if there's any questions at any time, please feel free to ask, because I want everyone to be, understanding what we're saying and not like lost in the sauce. But yeah, another example of bad names would be like IP Alpha, IP Bravo, IP, or BP Alpha, BP Bravo. You want to stick away from things that we're commonly going to use. So obviously the first few letters of the alphabet for NATO phonic, probably shouldn't use that because we use that for our Orbat. So yeah, like Banzer said, just things that are distinct, that there's a lot of them, right? So things I always talk about are like dead presidents, beer brands, car manufacturers. If you're in American states, like that's a really good one. If you just do states, boom, you have 50.
I think I've seen like capitals also, like state
Yeah,
capitals.
capital cities, things like that. One thing I'll do too, this is a real world thing. If I'm using geographic reference points like states or cities, I will actually place them in order. So like if I have a IP to the northwest, I'm going to say IP Washington. If I have an IP to the north east, I'll say like IP New York, right?
Oh, that's
And
cute.
so that way now I don't even have to look at a map. I just remember like, oh, I want my aircraft to go to the south. Okay, go to IP Texas. But yeah, so those are initial points. BPs. Oh, and to Benny's point earlier, you don't want to put your IPs or BPs where it's enemy held territory. Like these are areas where aircraft can loiter safely, right? So if you know, like for the mission, they say, hey, the enemy's to the south, they're past this, line or whatever. Don't put a lot of IPs down there, because chances are you're putting your aircraft now in danger as they're loitering. Same goes with BPs. BPs can be a little closer because, again, the intent of a BP is to actually fight from the BP. So I'll start drawing some BPs too, and we'll kind of set up a little scenario here. But are there any questions for like IPs and BPs for the pre-coordination?
Yeah. One sec. How far like spread out are they supposed to be? Like, what's good distancing for fixed wing or rotary?
Rotary can be kind of close. So doctrinally, a BP is a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer box. I tend to do, again, because of ARMA scaling, I tend to do a little smaller, so maybe like a 1K by 1K box, or even, it can be smaller than that. For IPs, because it's fixed wing, like everyone here has flown a jet before in ARMA, at least, as an experiment. You can cross this whole map in, a few minutes. So it's very easy to accidentally end up out of your IP and into someone else's IP unless they're really far apart. A big thing for BPs, IPs, all this stuff, we don't really run into it too much with this group just due to the number of players we have and the number of assets. But another major reason you do all these different IPs is to deconflict air assets so that they don't run into each other. This happens actually quite frequently with our 2 ships that we do with helicopters, where you'll hear, if you ever watch any of the players that are playing as the helicopter pilots, pretty much every session they'll have a panic moment where they go, Phantom 1, what's your altitude? Because they're basically occupying the same airspace, and now they're only using altitude deconfliction, which, as a rule, you want to use 2 forms of deconfliction at all times, because that's the safest way to do it. So lateral deconfliction, like 2 different IPs, 2 different BPs, and then altitude deconfliction. Or timing. Timing is the other form of deconfliction. But as long as you at least do 1, but ideally do 2. So for IPs, I put them far as fuck because fixed wing jets can really cover a lot of ground. Like if you look at the map, I already put 4, and that's as many as I'd put for fixed wing on a map this small, and I put them on the 4 cardinal corners of the map. Let me draw some BPs. Any other questions?
I'll add one other thing that I use different BPs for is setting up my pilots on the angle of attack that I want them to be on. So for example, if our AO is like Camp Rogaine here, or if our objective, I guess, is Camp Rogaine, let me mark that. Objective there, and if I have ground forces coming in from the west here, I'm gonna set up BPs like up in the northeast or here in the south. I'm not gonna have a BP to the east because when the pilot is pushing from that BP towards the objective, those effects might like overstrike the objective area and potentially end up hitting friendly forces. Like a geometries of fire thing that I use that for.
Yeah, so that's a big part when you are assigning aircraft to go to different locations. You want to think about like, hey, they actually have to come in from that location. So if you're trying to do a north to south run with the attacking aircraft because friendlies are to the east, and that makes the most sense for like deconfliction purposes and safety for the ground crew. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, so say objective Rogaine is the target, and we are where we are in the firing range. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if you're saying north to south to put the aircraft at IP Budweiser, because then they're going to have to fly all the way up to the north and then come in. So it makes sense to kind of think a little bit preemptively, like look at the geometry of the attack angles for your target sets and try to put aircraft in areas that minimizes the amount of traffic or amount of flight they're going to have to do to get to those locations.
So IP cores or Miller would be the best ones here?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Miller would be the best, but also, yes, putting aircraft behind you is always a good thing. But yeah, so the IPs, just make sure you're putting them in locations that are safe. BPs also deconflict. Think about where they're going to be most likely to observe into the target area, put fires into the target area, but also be safe from typical anti-aircraft assets that we fight against, which are like autocannons, manpads. Manpads are really dangerous, honestly. Any missile system is really dangerous, and that's like another thing you really want to coordinate with and all that. So if there's no questions about like the BP and IPs, just it's a tool to use. It's something you want to think about. You can front load as much as you want. So you can put as many BPs. Typically, I'll start with 2, and then I'll start making them as the mission progresses, like on the fly. But the other, so if there's no more questions about like BPs and IPs, the other piece I'll talk about is actual like pre-planning when it comes to talking to your pilots and also talking to the game master. No questions? Cool. All right, so when you talk to the pilots, you want to get an understanding of not only their like experience, but kind of hash out or pregame like how the mission's going to go, like what you think they're going to be utilized for, how you think they're going to be employed. So, for example, M1 last session, hey, that discussion would start with like, you are not only a close air support asset, but you're also our form of transportation. So we're going to be utilizing you for both air assaults and then close air support on the objective. So making sure that they have an understanding of that, asking them or asking the game master like what weapon systems they're going to have, what assets they're going to have, and then getting an understanding of like what those things can do. Typically, we stay away from a lot of the like big PGMs for a balancing. So you'll commonly see 70mm hydro rockets and like miniguns, for example, on M1. I'm just using that because it was the last mission that had air support. Know what those can kill. Know what those are effective against. Because as a JTAC, one of your jobs or one of your roles is to be the person that knows what tool is best for the problem. So know what your capabilities are of your air assets. Also double for the pilots. But like you, at the end of the day, are supposed to be that liaison. You're supposed to be that expert that kind of puts the right tool on the right target. So know your capabilities, know your different weapon systems, experiment. If you don't know, ask questions. Yeah, so know your assets. Also talk to the game master. Like there's specific questions I ask like the game master, like, hey, what kind of anti-aircraft are we expecting? Because then that tells me where should I put my aircraft? How restrictive or how defensive do I need to be with my air assets? If it's just 50 cals, like, okay, I can be pretty loose, right? Especially with the new plate system for planes and helicopters. But if it's manpads and autocannons, I'm going to be a little bit more restrictive. And I'm going to maybe make the infantry kind of be a recon by force and find where those things are. So that goes for the kind of big picture planning stuff that obviously, in the 20 minutes of safe start, not a whole lot of time, but like those are the priority questions I would ask the game master and the priority questions I would ask the pilots themselves. Anything, Banzer?
I got nothing else on that. That all sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. So we've covered the like pre-planning, the pre-coordination, and the map stuff. If there are no questions, we'll go into the actual strikes themselves, like the actual fire mission format or the 9-line format. So a fire mission brief, it's a target brief. It's just a clear and concise way of conveying information that is a repeatable way to receive said information. Like you couldn't just say, hey, I'm here, target's over there, target is this, I want you to kill it. And that generally will convey, the information that's needed. The reason these briefs are made and standardized is because we all know each other and we can coordinate and talk to each other. But if there's a situation where you don't have that ability to really coordinate, you fall back on your standard operating procedures, your SOPs that you develop, and this is the simplest of that, which is a fire mission brief. All right, so hang on, I'm just going through my fucking JFire real quick. We'll stay away from 9-lines right now. I honestly don't think the 9-line's super relevant when it comes to how we should employ close air support, because a lot of the stuff like lines 1 through 3, pretty not useful, especially again due to the scale of the maps and Arma and just a scaling of that. So that's why I'll just start with the rotary wing like CAS 5 line or fire mission, Army attack aviation, call for fire format. I mean, it's numerous names for the same thing. It's 5 lines of information. So line 1 is your warning order. It's just say, hey, you, this is me. I'm requesting like fire support. I'm requesting a fire mission, or I'm requesting you to do close air support. It's a kind of preparatory command for the air pilots to clue in and start listening and be thinking about this mission.
I'm posting the 5-line brief in the Arma Help channel right now, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, this is all in the guide. This is all in, I've snipped from various documents and whatnot. Yeah, so the first line is just the normal way you talk on a radio. So Phantom, this is Zulu, right? That's the observer ID. Hey, you, this is me. And then it would be fire mission or 5-line, like to follow, right? So if we want to go like super formal, we can do the 5-line. So 5-line, it would be, you know, type 2, bomb on target, guns and rockets, right? And that's all you got to really pass. I like to include like what the intent is of the strike right up in the beginning, just so they're tracking like what they're going to be doing. So for me, it would be Phantom, this is Zulu, 5-line, type 2, bomb on target, guns and rockets to destroy enemy tech vic. My position, so that line 2, you have to say my position. Anything that's bolded, you have to say. So rotary wing, just a little caveat, rotary wing is a friendly centric asset. So they are supposed to be looking at friendlies. I'll talk about types and methods of engagement in a second. I just want to get through this. It depends on what they're, again, I don't know what I've actually posted. I'm just looking at my JFire right here in front of me. But second line is friendly position because it's a friendly centric asset. They want to be tracking where the nearest friendly is, and they want to be specifically tracking where you are. So you would say my position and then use whatever makes the most sense. So like I would say my position, the firing range, right? You like use geographic references, use TRPs. If you're, for example, M1 last session, if you're in the hotel, that's X-ray 2. Hey, my position, X-ray 2. Marked by would be if you're using smoke or strobes or anything like that to mark friendly position. Ron, do you have a question?
Yeah, it's because of how spread out we often are. Yeah, sometimes it's the JTAC is not the guy actually looking at the place.
Yes,
but like
yes,
Alpha squad leaders. Do you still say your position, or do you say, hey,
yes.
Alpha squad leaders observing for
No,
me?
so that would go into the remarks. That would go into line 5. That's factor friendlies. So the reason you want to do this from your position, you yourself, the JTAC, is because one of the methods you can use, and this is what a lot of actually helicopter pilots prefer, is a distance and direction from you. It's basically a polar plot grid. So if you say, hey, nearest friendly as Alpha, they're at this location, and then you give a distance and direction from yourself, they're plotting it on their maps usually from that location that you gave, right? So they're looking at their map or they're looking out their window and they see that hotel, and you just said 180 degrees for 300 meters in the tree line marked by yellow smoke. Now they're looking where Alpha is, and maybe that's X-ray 9, and they're looking south and they don't see that smoke, and now they're getting confused. So that's why it's always from the JTAC's perspective, or from the JTAC's location. So you just get that friendly location out. Again, it can be really easy. Line 3, this is like the meat and potatoes of the actual like target brief. Line 3 is the target location. You have to say target location. That's what I'm talking about, where it says like bolded things have to be said. Target location, and then you can use whatever method you want. Really easy is just a bearing, so a direction, and a distance. You can also use known reference points, so like TRPs. You can use objective names. You can use shit, even like things that are marked on the map. Like if Camp Rogaine didn't have a giant objective red marker, you could say like Camp Rogaine, right? Because if it's known on the map, if everyone has it, it is a common operating picture. So everyone has it to reference. Lastly, for target location would be grids, like actually giving a map grid. We luckily have a lot of systems in this that make it so we don't have to do that. But if need be, you could pass a grid. It is the least preferred because then the pilot has to go heads down and look at a map and like draw that shit or plug that shit in. But if you're absolutely fucked up, or if you receive the targeting information only on a map, like a grid, you can do that. It's more useful for fixed wing air assets, especially if they use GPS guided munitions. So after you get the target location, then you go into target description. Try not to do like a full up, say everything about the target. Be clear and concise. The way I like to think about it is like type a target. So, hey, 2 tech fix. What they are generally doing, driving south, and degrees of protection, which would be in the open, right? This obviously can change when you're talking about like dug-in infantry that are in a bunker or, enemy machine gun nest on a cargo tower, like things like that, right? Think about degrees of protection that the pilot needs to start thinking about for like what attack angle they need to do. Are they going to do a diving profile? Are they going to do a running profile? Are they using just high explosive? Are they using guns? Things like that. And lastly is the remarks and restrictions. And this is all of the other shit. So you don't really have to say anything in remarks and restrictions. At a minimum, you need to pass like at least a recommended final attack heading. But this is where you would put those factor friendlies run. So you'd say like, hey, my position is here. Remarks and restrictions, factor friendly, closest friendly is alpha, that's in X-ray 1, right? So keep all fires south of X-ray 1 or something like that. You would use those geometries of fire, right? So we're talking about like, hey, attack north to south or reciprocal, attack east to west or reciprocal, or be super restrictive. You can say like, hey, I want you to attack just southwest, only that. Or you can even be even crazier and use your map tools and pull up an actual final attack direction, or sorry, final attack heading in degrees and pass a no shit degrees magnetic. This is really important if you're trying to like thread the needle. If there's a friendly element on one side, a friendly element on another side, and there's a target in between them, this is the type of shit you would have to do to make sure that they thread that needle of not shooting either friendly element and only hitting the target. So that's the brief. I'm gonna tab real quick and look at the Discord and see what was posted in there. Any questions? And Banzer, feel free to add anything. Yeah, so this is the 5-line cast brief, the most recent thing that was posted in the help. And like I said, my position marked by bolded, those have to be said, target location. You'll note that in the 5-line brief, you don't say the numbers. So it just goes Phantom, Zulu, 5-line, type 2, bomb on target, guns and rockets, kill a tech vic. My position, X-ray 2, marked by blue smoke. Target location, 275 degrees for 300 meters. Target is 2 tech fix, marked by red smoke. Once you attack east to west or reciprocal, factor friendlies, you got Alpha and Bravo squad both in this phase line. Go with readbacks, or just like confirm that you understood that. That's how easy it can be. That's how quick it can be. And that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for it to just flow as one brief, as one transmission.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, sorry. I'm just opened up the image. What's the difference between bomb on coordinate and bomb on target?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go through this real quick. So those are methods of control, and then there's types of engagement, right? So bomb on coordinate means that you're passing a target grid, and they're just employing on that grid. They're not actually looking for the target. So when you do like a readback, instead of them saying like I see the target, sorry, when you're doing correlation, instead of them being like, yep, I see the target, they're just confirming that they have the correct location, say a grid, and then they're dropping on that grid. So it's useful for think about like targets that are in buildings, right? If your target is a bunker system that's not going to move and it's well marked on a map, or you have a really good grid for it, you can just be like, hey, it's a bomb on coordinate, and they're just going to shoot at that coordinate. They're going to drop munitions, drop a bomb, fire rockets, whatever, at that coordinate. Bomb on target means that they, the pilot themselves, have to physically find that target and give you a a tally or capture call for that target, being like they see the target, now they know where it is. So that requires a little bit of more work on your end, but it's good for like dynamic targets, because when I say it's a little bit more work on your end, you're going to have to help get their eyes onto it. Any other questions for method of control?
I think I'm not sure if it's been covered for newer people, but like the types of control, like type 2 or type 3.
Yeah, type 1, 2, and 3. Type 1 is the most restrictive. It requires you to get, so you as the JTAC have to physically see the target with your own eyeballs, and then you have to be able to see the attacking aircraft. And you're basically like doing a final check. You're looking at the target, you're looking at the aircraft, you're making sure the aircraft is coming in on the target, and then you give the clearance call. This is typically only used for, I don't want to say like only danger close, but this is used for situations where you need that extra like warm and fuzzy that the aircraft are actually coming in on the right target. So I would use this for unguided munitions, so like rockets, guns, even unguided bombs that are just being dropped in like a diving profile. But yeah, this is also your danger close scenario. So you got friendlies that are 50 meters away from the enemy. You're coming in with something pretty spicy, maybe a rocket run with a helicopter. You just want to make sure the helicopter is actually like aiming at the target, and you're holding the reins to give that clearance call to the very end until you can visually identify that helicopter and assess, yeah, he's looking at not me. Like the helicopter is not 100% symmetrical, because that would mean it's flying straight at you. So that's type 1. Type 2 is the most bog standard control type that you would do, and that's just that, hey, you're getting real-time targeting data from somebody. It can be a fire team leader saying, hey, there's a tank over there, and you're like, roger that, and you don't need to see it yourself. As long as someone sees the target and is telling you where the target is, that's good enough, and then you just tell the aircraft, and then you just give them clearance, and they strike it. Type 3 is one clearance call for multiple strikes. So say there's a convoy of 5 trucks coming in. Probably best to just do a type 3 and give some restrictions like, hey, once that convoy enters objective 2, cease engagement. Like you have all the way up until they get to objective 2, because we have maybe friendlies over there or something. But basically go ham. Like I'm giving you total control to just kill whatever you want over there for as long as you need to. There's different ways to kind of rein them in, and that's with the types of restrictions that you put. But type 3 would just be, hey, you're allowed to do multiple passes and just kill shit. So type 1, most restrictive. Type 2, your just normal attack profile. It's one clearance call per attack. So like they need to like confirm that they're going to attack again. Hey, I didn't get the whole target. Can I come back in? Yeah, you're approved for immediate reattack. Use the same, attack profile, or I'll switch the attack profile for you real quick. Like that's why I like reciprocal, meaning hey, they can go north to south, or reciprocal meaning north to south or south to north. Because if they miss the target or didn't get the whole target, they can just quickly do a U-turn and then come back the same direction, or the opposite direction. Cool. Any questions on types of control or methods of engagement? No. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, so that's the types of that's the 5-line brief, which is the most standard brief, and honestly I would say we just stick with that brief format. The 9-line is, like I said, kind of frivolous. You don't really need to do all that bullshit for fixed wing. But for fixed wing, you can still give them like a 5-line brief. The 5-line is typically done for rotary wing, but I'll say fuck it, we'll just do it for both. So as long as you understand that, You get the right information to them. You basically, what you're trying to do is you're just trying to get the needed information to the aircraft to do a strike. And like if a target is right next to the first target, here's a little like trick. You can just say, hey, we're reattacking that first target, but I'm shifting your like impact point to that new target. So if you strike one tech vic and then a bunch of infantry come out of a tree line, 50 meters or 100 meters away from the tech vic, hey, we're reattacking that 5 line, but I'm switching your effects to the infantry. And you can do that because as long as they're tracking, like again, nothing's really changed. Like friendlies haven't changed a lot in their makeup or where they are on the map, and nothing's really changed like the too bad when it comes to, or too big when it comes to like where the target is. You can just reattack that same target. Now, if the target is, say, the buildings downrange is the first target, and then a second target is all the way the like southwestern ridge, that would be 2 separate attacks because they're so fucking far apart. But if they're right next to each other, I would say 100, 150 meters, then you could just do reattacks all day, every day. You can also loosen your aircraft up a bit. So again, if you're all in an objective area, but you're worried about enemy counterattacks, you can say like, hey, I'm giving you, blanket approval to strike targets coming down this road, like basically type 3 engagement for any vehicles coming down this road. Again, for type 3s, you'd want to provide some more restrictions. A very easy way to remember restrictions for those kind of loose engagement criteria is an acronym called DAMIT. So DAMIT. D is dimensions. So think like geographic boundaries. Hey, you have, if we're looking at the map, like maybe you have the entirety of BP Snake as an area where you can strike targets. That road as it snakes, and then that fucking that Yankee intersection on the east side. So like all of BP Snake. A is attrition. So this is like what you're looking for neutralization. So again, if it's like, hey, a convoy of 5, I want you to destroy at least 3 of those 5 vehicles, right? And this is part of that conversation you need to have with the ground force commander, right? So whoever's the platoon co, you got to say like, hey, my aircraft sees 5 vehicles coming down a road. They're all soft skin trucks with infantry. What do you want to do? Okay, kill 3 out of them at a minimum, right? Because we can handle, the platoon can handle, 2 soft skin trucks driving up on us. We'll mow them down with our machine guns or whatever. But we can't handle all 5 of them. So attrition, just again, setting kind of restrictions for aircraft so they don't go crazy and they Winchester themselves. M is munitions. So this is another restriction for how many munitions to use. And this is one thing we can be a little bit better about as JTACs, is telling them like specifically how many munitions to use, so they're saving stuff for future targets. So like if it's a typical UH-1 gunship, Phantom or Kilo asset, I'd say maybe for that convoy target, like use 10 rockets, or use or save 70% of your rockets. So that gives them an idea of how many rockets they can use, or only use guns if there's infantry in a tree line. That it's more of like a suppress, maybe kill a few of them, but it's not like massively important that you destroy that compared to, a BMP that's flanking the platoon and about to kill us all, where like, oh shit, I wasted all my rockets because I didn't really tell the pilot. He couldn't shoot all of his rockets into the tree line, and now we're fucked. So M, munitions. I is an intent, so it's a little different from A when it comes to attrition. I, intent, is the ground force commander's overall intent. So it might be like, hey, stop this enemy convoy from reaching Camp Rogaine, right, to the southeast. That lets the aircraft know, like, okay, M kills are also good. Like, I can shoot their tires out with the miniguns, and as long as the vehicles stop or the engines are smoking and they can't drive anymore, that meets the intent. I don't actually have to kill everything. I just need to know what the actual like big picture end state is. And then the last one is time. Time's a really good one. Hey, you have 5 minutes to prosecute this attack, so that the aircraft don't just forget about you and become target focused and tunnel vision on killing all those trucks, and then they come back to you 20 minutes later, and you're like, oh, yeah, we all died because you were unreachable, or you just were like so focused on destroying these targets. Any questions?
Can you repeat what the dimension was mostly about?
Yeah, so think geographic boundaries, dimensions. So I just use BP Snake as an example, but you could use like a road system. So if we're doing an assault on Camp Rogaine, I would be like, hey, I want everything that like road going south, like here. So I'd say like, hey, I want you to do all attacks on MSR Chevy to the south. You have everything up until you get to that like Y intersection south of Camp Rogaine. So all of MSR Chevy up until that intersection is your engagement area. So you're like, think of it as like a three-dimensional box where they can both fly and employ munitions on that target area. And then like once a vehicle passes that area, they no longer can attack it using that previous type 3 engagement. They would have to basically get permission again, because things have changed, right? It's like there's probably friendlies on the wall assaulting Camp Rogaine at that point, and now if he or they do their attack run, they could potentially kill friendlies. The big thing about being a JTAC is you're trying to maximize the effect of the aircraft, like get them to be utilized to the best of their capability, while minimizing risk to friendly forces, risk to the aircraft. The worst thing to have happen is to be too flippant, too willy-nilly with your attack runs and your briefs, and have the aircraft do friendly fire. And like the real world impact would be we lose air assets for probably a week. But you're the final checks and balances as the JTAC, because without the JTAC, it's up to the pilots to kind of just do shit on their own, and they're going to make mistakes because they're seeing everything from several hundred meters above the battlefield, potentially kilometers away. So that's dimensions. It's think geographic dimensions.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. Is Momo in here?
He was joining, but I don't see him in TeamSpeak.
Okay. Because I was gonna say the next thing, the best thing to do, really, honestly, is to practically, like, to PEX it, right? Practical exercise.
I can
Some
do that
demonstrations.
stuff,
But I need a pilot, and I don't know how to fly.
I can fly if you want.
Well,
think we've
I
got
want you to
many
learn
pilots here.
too.
I could probably swing something. I'll go grab.
Um, Well, okay, wait. Who here? Yeah, raise of hand. Who here is actually a functional or like feels confident as a? We'll just do like rotary wing pilot. I mean, come
I'll
on,
raise my
Nuke Rat.
hand.
I
Here
know
we go.
you do this shit all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can, like muzzle in the air like this, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's. I'll go take Nuke. Get it. Nuke into a helicopter. Banzer, if you want to pick a hill top that can see somewhere. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
It could be Camp Rogaine. It can be anywhere that has good.
We can go to Camp Maxwell, and then that gives
Yeah,
you
yeah,
good
yeah.
eyes in LZ
Yeah.
Connor area.
Yeah, you want to teleport everyone there, and
Yeah.
I will get Nukrat a aircraft and teleport him
Oh,
to that.
right. Binoculars.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Make
give us
sure.
a
Okay,
little
yeah.
mark.
Before we. Okay. Yeah, before we leave, laser rangefinder of some sort and C-tab really help.
You got a laser rangefinder?
That's a good question. Do I? Oh, I gotta go get one.
Okay.
Do it if you're grabbing it from Arsenal.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
hold on.
Yeah, because it's the mag inside the designator. It
What was
just
the
has
other thing you grabbed?
a
The
magazine to
CTAC?
shoot.
Yeah, just make sure you have your ATAC, your little mini map phone.
Oh, the minimap phone.
The Android, yeah. You need the S9
Yeah.
Android.
Oh, does the
Yeah.
dagger work for that, or do I have to have the Android?
You have to have the Android.
It might integrate
S7
with
Android,
the
you said?
C-tab. Yeah, the S7 Android. It might integrate with the C-Tab dagger, but I'm not sure.
And I don't think you can do map markers with the dagger.
What's the Ace Micro Dagger? Yo, where's the C-Tab one?
It's under the like terminal, not terminal, but GPS slot.
Oh, it's GPS slot. Just for ease of use, having the S7 Android is preferable, I think. You would have
I gotta
to
redo all my loadouts then, but alright.
Classic.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of like Arma control questions to ask at some point, but that's not super important right now.
You want us to go to Maxwell?
Yeah, so once you got your gear, open up your map, and then you can click that teleport button down at the bottom and go to OP Yingling on the south side.
So, just to double check there, Banzer, we just want the laser designator. That's all we need.
And you have a
laser
radio, right?
designator, your C-phone,
Check on
Jesus,
internet.
C-Tab phone.
S7.
Yeah, good check
S7.
internet.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just make sure nuke's up on internet.
Alright. Is there anything else, or is that everything?
That should be it. If you want to, we'll figure it out when we get down there. I can place down another box if we need.
Yeah, and you can. Anyone who doesn't know, you can map teleport.
Yeah.
You mean like?
Okay. So
Like if
we
I go to
all
radio
look-
settings, it has push to talk 1, 2, and 3, but I don't know how to set 2 and 3.
Control caps lock and alt caps lock should already be defaulted. Yep.
Oh, how to change them? If you go into your radio, either in the menu, the manage radio settings, or hover over the radios, you can change the
Internet check.
PTT.
Good check.
Okay, you can have.
Oh,
okay.
you know what? I
Just gonna double
probably
check.
need a 148 then. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. I'll put down another box down here.
Alright, sure. Sorry, Mabby.
Oh, not that.
Hovering does not show it. Well.
Like you're hovering over the actual radio itself.
I
Like
got
you
you,
do
Banzer.
radios 148, hover over it, and then it should say PTT 1 or PTT 2 or 3.
Yeah,
No,
just
this doesn't work.
yeah, PTT3, PTT2, PTT1, but I'm just figuring out how to make sure the controls are set.
Canary is now wheels up, flying UH-1D.
I think the controls were set though.
Armaments 2,400 guns and 19 times high explosive FFAR, 19 times fat flechette anti-tank.
Which PTT you want for each
Canary
corresponding
Zulu,
radio?
copy, and
Yeah.
Canary, can I get you to establish a
What's, what
BP
channel on the
Venom?
Or 148 channel 1 is AirNet.
Alright, cool.
That
Channel,
Canary heading to
channel
BP
4.
Venom.
Channel
Or
4?
correction.
And
channel
Canary
4, right.
friendlies are located at Camp Maxwell. I will name this OP-JTAC.
Copy.
Correction, OP
Mic check.
Yingling.
Using beers for the fucking OPs, crazy work.
Yeah, I don't know. we can do a PJ
Nah, it's
tag
fine.
if
It's
you
fine.
want.
It's fine. No.
I'm going against your IP theme. I got 1 BMP sitting out there at Maxwell already, or what is it, LZ Connor it's called? Yeah.
Is it normal that I can only hear the copter if I'm looking at it?
No.
yeah, I can hear it when I'm looking away.
It should become a bit fainter when you look away at it, but the car as well.
And some EI.
Alright, so we're gonna see down the road where the like directly to our 202 degrees down this road that goes
Canary
along the
now
spine,
establish at BP Venom.
there is a little town, and there's a Hilux pickup truck with like 5 dudes.
Canary, good copy from Zulu. Stand by, we are getting a target brief genned up.
I see it.
Canary, Celerity for 5 line. Roger for 5 line. Canary, this is Zulu. This will be a Type 2 bomb on target. Looking for rockets and guns for cleanup. Intent to destroy 1 tech vic. My position is OP Yingling. Target location is 202 degrees for 750 meters on a spine of road. Target is 1 pickup truck with approximately 5 to 6 armed individuals in the back. No mark. Looking for a final attack direction of northeast to southwest. Go with readbacks for that 5 line and stay ready for target correlation. I kind of got distracted searching for what the target actually is, but technical somewhere to your southeast on a road, spine. You want me to do a rocket run with guns to clean up, and not clear on the rest. Copy. I say again, final attack direction will be northeast to southwest, so over my left shoulder. Copy. Northeast to southwest. Still trying to get tally on target. And Canary, you can depart your BP and start edging in closer. I'll do a target correlation and give you an enhanced target description as you come in. But there is a southwest running road that is up on the ridge. As that road goes down away from the OP location, it enters a small town. The technical is on that road right at the edge of that small town. So come over my left shoulder, get contact with that road itself, and just follow the road down for 700 meters.
Good call. I was like between 2 houses on the road too.
Hey Banzer, is that BMP active?
No, there's no crew.
Okay, cool.
That would be really funny though.
What do we mean?
And Canary, you can depart your BP and edge in closer. Let me know when you are tally target.
So another trick that can really help is obviously smoke.
Clarify, is it the road that goes to Agios Ioannis?
Yeah, do you want me to shoot an impact smoke
Affirm.
up there?
Copy. I'm gonna search. I've been searching the wrong road.
Get that, it's 1 click out.
It's 700 meters, so they won't be able to see it. But you can through. So another thing about smoke is you can put smoke down as a frame of reference. Benny, what impact color do you have?
I have red. I have red and green and blue.
Put a red as far down that road as you can. Actually, hold off on it. He's coming in. I think I'm pretty confident he'll be able to see it.
It's like in the town. Yeah.
So this makes me wonder, what's the recommended view range for this server? Because I have mine set to 12 kilometers.
Whatever your computer can handle.
Yeah, that's really it.
He said 12 kilometers is probably quite excessive, to be honest.
For infantry.
Canary, Zulu, are you contact target?
Infantry
Yeah, I'm lining up.
That's pretty far. Like, if you
And
can
Canary,
handle
you're
it,
cleared
great.
hot.
But if you're in air or vehicle, then
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't mention was
Canary, good hit, good hits.
So
Canary,
after New
break
Crack
off
told
to
that he
the
saw
west
the Tech Vic,
and
Killjoy there
repeat
gave
that
him clearance by saying
is
you're
final
cleared
attack
hot,
direction.
which tells New
Do
Crack that
a-
he's like able to or allowed to engage that target.
Do a cleanup with guns. You got 3 packs down by the burning vehicle.
And after those first rockets hit, Killjoy also gave what's called battle damage assessment and bomb hit assessment. So those hits were on target, BHA, good effect. BDA, the target was knocked out, it's smoking. That's your battle damage assessment. And now we're following up with extra guns. Really important to give that stuff to your pilots because I've been in situations
Good
where
hits.
I'm
1
just
pack
chucking
neutralized,
ordnance
3
down
packs
the range and I
suppressed.
have no idea what's happening.
Requesting
you know?
1 final run from the northeast to the southwest with guns for cleanup.
Part of your job as JTAC is
doing-
maintaining
going
that picture on the ground, that ground situation for the Air Forces so they know what's happening down here. It helps them understand what's required from them.
Adjust impacts to the left side of the vehicle from your perspective. They're by the rocks.
There's an additional target in the tree to the right of the truck.
2 of them. One's obscured from us by the tree. They're down closer to the truck, and one is rolling down the hill.
And good effects. Ground Force Commander's intent met. 1 by Tech Vic and 5 EKIA. Call one established back at BP Canary.
All right.
BP Venom.
Correction, BP Venom.
Heading back. BP Venom.
All right. So, pretty easy, right? Now you can also put down marks. I was trying to do it as like the worst case scenario of just using no reference points, but to show that like even without using any map markers or smoke or anything like that, you can still get your target talked on, or your aircraft talked on your target. So who wants to go next?
I'll give it a shot, sure.
All right, cool.
Canary back on station at BP Venom.
We'll just go in ascending order, so just say you're Zulu 2.
Alright.
So he's Canary, Zulu. I'll get you a target real quick. Can you see that BTR? Here, I'll move it closer.
Oh, I do actually have a question.
I see it.
What's
Cool.
your question?
Like, if you wanted them to, say, shoot that BMP, but you don't want them to get too close, how would you tell them that?
I would say engage from max like engagement distance. So like sling rockets from your BP. You can even give them geographic references. So like the BP is pretty far. He might be able to see the target from the BP. You can be like, hey, don't leave the southern boundary of your BP for this attack run. Like I want you to basically do a hovering attack with rockets to sling them at max effective range. You can also draw like lines if you want, or like phase lines, and be like, don't cross this phase line.
Okay, cool.
Just, but yeah.
If you go west of the road, they can shoot you.
And Canary, this is Zulu. We'll have a new controller on the net, call sign Zulu 2, and just stand by. They're generating their attack brief.
Canary, copy.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's an LZ Connor.
The BTR is
Looking
on
at
the road.
Yeah, the BTR. If you follow the road towards us about 100 meters, it's sitting kind of behind a bush.
Yeah, I'm having troubles keeping the entire briefing in my brain at the same time.
I have a
That's cool.
notepad on my hip right now.
All right, so I've moved the target a little bit more, so it might be a little easier. It's 600 meters away on that road.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Okay,
I'm just
cool.
trying to put together what I'm supposed to say. That's all.
So yeah, it's just a normal conversation, and I know this sounds like crazy, and it's a lot to remember. Remember, it's just a simple way of conveying information. It's real easy, no pressure. If you make a mistake, it doesn't really matter as long as the information is conveyed. When in doubt, just plain English it. But hey, you, this is me. 5 line. And then where we are, we're at OP Yingling, so my location, OP Yingling. Target location, you can put a map marker down if you want. You can reference the burning tech fic. Well,
So is mark by for our location, despite being bold, isn't necessary if I don't have anything marking by us?
Yeah, I missed that. I should have said mark by none.
Okay.
Benny, can you get your arm out of my fucking face?
I'm gonna set up a couple other targets that we can look at here.
Yeah, Banzer, do you want to set up targets, and then who wants to go next after Zulu 2?
You know
Just
what?
assign their target for them.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll go after other EV.
Give me 1 second. Okay, EV.
Yep.
Got bearing 192 for
not
1.1
hear
clicks.
my thing
See
I
that
just
bunker
did, did my
there?
radio not work?
I did not hear
I'm
anything.
not seeing it.
Okay, well I guess I'll try again.
Sorry. So you said 192. Yep. See it.
Yeah, that's gonna be your target. You're gonna be Zulu 3.
All right. Can I mark this with a laser?
We can actually ask Nukrat.
I don't think Nukrat can see
Yeah.
detonators from
He
that
was
helicopter.
If he had a co-pilot,
Can you state if you're capable of laser spot track?
I think so.
Not laser capable, no.
I figured out the problem. I wasn't hitting the right button.
Hey Canary, this is Zulu 2. I am at Camp Youngling, marked by nothing. Strike at target at 197 from my heading, 612 meters. Requesting bombs for armored personnel vehicle, followed by gun run for infantry surrounding.
Did that one work?
Target location, please.
Yeah, that was good.
Target location, so yeah.
Target location is 197 from my location, 612 meters.
You could say like northeast of last engagement or something like that. Northeast 100.
Southwest of camp of OP Youngling.
Southwest of OP Youngling, some 600 meters. Hang on, I'm finding the map tools.
You can give him...
Who decided that this should be on cue?
Target is along the main road leading into town.
And then you can
Into
also reference
address once again.
previous engagement. So you can say it is north.
Clarify, please.
It is northeast along the road. So
Target
on the
is
same road.
northeast along the road from last assignment.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Copy. I'm gonna see if I can get capture on that.
Alright, you can tell him he can depart his BP and begin his attack run.
Canary, you can depart from BP to commence attack run.
You requested anti-armor, right? Fat run?
Correct.
So the one thing that I would add is a target description. So you said, like,
Capture
you
on
requested...
target.
There you go. Give him clearance. Say clear hot.
Clear hot.
I had said armor personnel carrier. Was that not correct for that?
Yeah, I heard that. Battle damage.
Solid hit.
Those rockets look so cool. I love those things.
Yeah, the fans look great.
So Banzer.
Armor target destroyed. 3 infantry remain.
Oh.
1 infantry remain.
That guy's gonna secondary. So that guy's gonna die.
Going to re-attack west to the west on a low, shallow angle. Try to snipe these infantry.
Bye, Banzer.
Confirm.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Banzer!
Bad attack.
So talk to him and let him
Remaining
know.
target is yes.
Yeah, you can just say, hey, good effects. 5, infantry neutralized, 1 APC neutralized, 1 target remaining. Now you can decide if you want him to go after that last target, or you can just say like, hey, you know, intent was met, like mission is successful.
Intent met. Mission successful. Return to
BP
BP Venom.
Cool.
Returning to BP Venom.
So I mean, that's how easy it can be. And good job.
I'm also briefly gonna go off station because my food has arrived, and I'm gonna go get that.
Actually, that's great, because that way I can
talk
just,
about some questions. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to make my ask
Do you
about
want me to take over flying for a bit?
Yeah, sure. I can give you another. I'll give you Zeus so you can get yourself situated, and then stay up here. You have Zeus now.
Okay, so Killjoy.
Yes.
My target is 193 on the southeast side of LZ Connor. I don't know if you can see. I'm sure you can see that. Can you see it?
It's the sandbag, like bunker. Yeah, I see it.
The bunker. So it would just be Canary 1 Zulu 3. My position is OP Youngling, marked by nothing. Target location is bunker on the southern side of LZ Connor.
Yeah, that totally works. You can also, like, anytime there's a known point, you can just do a distance and direction from a known point.
So I don't know how, like, I don't know what I would consider that distance.
So yeah, you could just guess. One thing you also can do, we should have talked about this earlier, does everyone know how to use the map tools?
I do not know.
No.
Okay, cool. Everyone hit M, bring up your map. Go to LZ Connor. Now hit Q. And you'll see, hold Q, and you'll see a thing pop up that says distance, mark house, height, compass, edit grids, find flat, line of sight. I would click the distance. I would then draw the distance to where you think that is. I think it's probably, I don't think it's down that far. I think it's about halfway, so I think it's 150 meters.
It is not even marking that for me.
Another thing you can do too
you just move.
Is you can drag your compass on top of LZ Connor, and then you can use that to get the direction or the bearing as well.
Yep. And that's the, yeah, thank you, Benny. That was the second thing I was going to say. So once you get your distance, then you can also get your direction, and then you can give a no shit absolute like bearing. The other thing you can do you have a laser rangefinder?
Yes.
And you have a...
Do I have
the phone?
The
yeah,
hit the
I got
tilde
the
key?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want you to get it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Like in the bottom left-hand corner. Range that target, and then hit the... Benny, is it bringing up the actual phone itself? It'll generate the...
Yeah. Alt H. Although I don't think that
Control
works with
H
the
by
laser
default.
rangefinder. It only works with the
No,
vector
you
and
can hit T on the laser rangefinder, and then it'll work.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that works, yeah.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
get in
so
the helicopter.
Hit the T, it'll give us a range, and then Alt H.
By default, if you have the phone, you might have changed it.
Yeah, no, it's normal. And then Alt H.
And now when the phone pops up, it'll have your cursor right where you're aiming with your laser rangefinder.
Okay, so it's 1126 meters to the southwest.
Yeah, so what I want you to do is when you range that and then open up your C tab, double click, and you can place a marker right there on the C tab.
Yeah. You can be like enemy salute, click
Like that type
and then...
thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Alright.
There you go. And then this is so this is the other thing where this is a really useful tool, especially if we're in big like open areas like an OP like this where we're up on a hill, we can see a lot of targets. Put a mark down, whatever. I mean, yeah, that's a mechanized infantry or something. And then you can use this. It's really cool because it puts these timestamps. So it put it at 1623. You can say, hey, target is mark 1623. Like you can use that as the reference.
So how do I convey, what's the easiest way to convey what ordnance to use?
If you don't know what best ordnance to use, a good thing to do would just be, hey, I want the infant. Like, give what is your intent? Is your intent to destroy the infantry at that bunker?
This is Phantom coming on station, about 2 kilometers to your north. Armament 38 FFAR.
Good copy, Phantom from Zulu. And proceed to BP.
Cobra.
Proceed to BT Cobra.
All right. So if you don't know, go with what your intent is. So you could say, hey, looking for pilot's recommendation for munitions. My intent is to kill the infantry.
Okay, so pilot munition intent.
Yeah, you could just say pilot's recommendation.
Alright, pilot's recommendation.
Phantom established BP Cobra.
My intent is.
My intent. Okay, hold on. I'm just writing this down for myself.
Yeah, no worries. One shot, one kill.
Alright, I think I am ready then.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Just get good two-way communication with Phantom 2. And just use.
Sorry.
We got Phantom and Canary. Are your birds in the air?
Oh,
right
right. Yeah. So
yeah, I was like, wait, that's Phantom 1, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Alright. Well. Phantom 1, Zulu 3. My position is OP Youngling, marked by nothing. Your target location is the bunker on the southern side of LZ Con.
You cut out.
I realized I also unclicked my shit. Like
It's fine.
idiot.
We'll start from the beginning. Don't forget the hey, Phantom. This is Zulu. Looking for a 5-line. Like, give the actual warno so that they know what to expect. Because you just kind of established comms. You called them and then went straight to line 2.
Okay, so just Phantom 1. This is Zulu looking for a 5-line, and then go into everything.
Yeah, 5-line, type 2, bomb on target, whatever.
Alright, hold on.
No worries. Banzer, do you want to? Who's after? Who's next?
That's gonna be the other EV.
Okay. Do you want to get a target set?
Yeah, I'm gonna need Zeus back because I crashed, but I got another one set up.
Alright.
Evie, you're gonna be Zulu 4, right?
Yep.
Right.
Phantom 1, this is Zulu 3 looking for a 5-line.
Actually, we can do it here. EV bearing 212 for 1.2 clicks. You have another bunker
my
system.
position is OP Yuling, marked by nothing. Target location is a bunker on the southern southwestern side of LZ Connor, marked 1623. The munitions is up to the pilot. My intent is to clear that bunker. Was that good?
Yeah, that's fine. One thing I would say is just like, how do you want them to attack? Like, you could say attack profile like
bunker southeast
north to south.
side of LZ Connor.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Move north, moving northwest.
You can say, are you tally target?
Phantom 1, tally target.
Tally bunker.
Cool. Alright.
Alright.
And then, yeah, you can just give them clearance.
Cleared hot there, Phantom 1.
There you go. Alright, and then once the smoke clears, give BDA.
Alright, so it would just be BDA, give it another run from south to north. Yeah?
Yeah, so talk to him about what happened, right? So there's rockets all impacted in front of the bunker. So like bombs, like hey, good hits, but I need you to shift those south another like 20 meters because those the bunker basically did its job. It kept everyone alive. So, like good hits, but no effect on target. Need an immediate reattack. Shift your rockets south 10, 20 meters.
All right. Phantom 1, this is Zulu 3. Rockets good. I'm gonna need you to make another pass. Aim your rockets 10, 20 meters ahead.
Use a cardinal direction, so...
Southward.
There you go.
Yes, that makes sense.
Found copies, re-engage target, move, impacts, south 20 meters.
Those are some sneaky breaky RPGs.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they all ran away from the
watch the target. Yeah, watch the target. They've moved.
Phantom 1, this is Zulu 3. Infantry has moved northwards and approaching. Attacks south to north. Looking maybe 40, 50 meters north.
Nice.
Would an east to west attack work better here since they're on like a westward slope?
Yeah, and I would also say with how far away the target is,
returned with burger and fries.
you can say all final attack headings approved as long as you're not attacking south to north. So like you can do north to south, east to west, west to east, but as long as it's not coming straight at us.
Alright.
We want to do...
And Phantom, they're directly to the...
Ah, dang.
I think looks like good target.
They're out of sight of us now, is the thing.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah,
we got no eyes.
I'm gonna move
Could
them back
we-
to the bunker for you.
Did we agree that they died?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah.
Well, they started running.
Which is not what people do out of a bunker.
So just good copy. Phantom 1 return to BP Cobra. I assume they're already gone that way, but
I would say something like Phantom 1 target is destroyed, push back BP.
alright. Target is destroyed. Phantom 1 push back to BP Cobra.
Establish BP Cobra.
Okay. Whoever is up next, talk to Canary. Wait, did Canary say they're ready? Or they said they're...
he's back.
So yeah, we'll just do, we'll kind of go yo-yo. So one will do Canary, and then once their engagement complete, immediately the next person will go to Phantom, and we'll just ping pong off the two of them.
Cobra, this is Phantom. Are you back on station? Canary, this is Phantom. Are you back on station?
Signal's for Canary.
Canary's back on station, yep.
You were lagging.
Canary, I have a
behind
5 line
Banzer.
for you. My position is OP Youngling, marked by
better.
nothing.
Okay.
Target location is 212 azimuth from me, 1.2
And hey,
clicks.
who's up next after UV?
Target description is a bunker
There you
with
go.
infantry in it.
Sure.
You are cleared to attack with whatever you need to kill that bunker. Please attack northeast to southwest. From my location is also marked on the map as 1629.
Marker 1629.
I'm gonna give
hunting
you
for that.
the building 203 with a battlefire team standing in front of it, inches to an 8 tree.
The one with a boarded up door. Okay.
And you're gonna be talking to Phantom once Canary's done.
You set those other guys to careless, right?
No, they're all on
I think I
careless.
see it.
Okay, cool.
From our perspective,
You
it's
should
off
just
to
stand
the
around.
right side of the road a little
I'm gonna
bit.
try to kill this if you want.
No, you're fine.
Yep, that should be it. It has a watchtower.
Good. Yeah, use confirmers.
Yeah, capture on target.
So use like, hey, and you can also like confirm if the target's next to something very distinct, like a car or a house or something. Be like, hey, confirm that there's
Gauging.
this.
It's kind of ATC, but instead of... Oh, sorry, sorry, my bad.
Good hits, good hits. Whew. Good hits.
You gotta kill the ramparts, dude. Damn.
That's a good
Just gotta
pilot.
smoke to clear to see if there's anything else.
I was watching that and Zeus had killed everyone.
Zulu Canary, good hits on target. Return to BP Cobra.
Venom.
Give it.
Alright, Rund, you are up. Who's next after Rund?
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Canary,
in 30
proceed
seconds.
to BP Venom.
BP Venom, copy.
Oh, thank you. Sorry for that.
Cat can go after.
Alright, Crazy Cat, your target is gonna be the BMP in LZ Connor, and you have a squad of infantry standing next to it also. Rank 202 for 1.1 clicks.
My Zulu 5.
Sure.
I'll be Zulu 6.
Phantom Zulu 5.
No, I didn't hear that on radio.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
not
wrong-
transmitting.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong keybind. Change that. Phantom Zulu 5, standby for fire line, break. Phantom Zulu 5, my position, OP Youngling, target is rifle team standing by building LC Connor North 300 on the west hand side of the road. Attack from north to south, use HE rockets, maximum 6.
Nice.
Actually, I didn't get a answer to Phantom assisting me.
Found copies. Infantry squad building south of your position, or north of LZ Cutter, west side of road.
Confirmed Phantom.
The way I like to phrase it is I asked them advise ready for 5 line.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Canary back on station at BP.
Yeah, I made a
Venom.
mistake of saying break,
Armament
which
update,
obviously means
yellow
Phantom,
fat,
shut up and wait,
yellow
let me think.
high explosive.
Phantom Tally building west side of road.
And you can use a confirmer, just say, hey, confirm to the east there's a smoking vehicle.
Phantom Zulu 5, you are cleared hot. Yeah.
It's not necessary if you have that warm and fuzzy feeling. But see, he's hitting the building behind the one where your team is.
Yeah.
So give him, say, hey, I need you to immediate reattack, adjust those hits east 20 meters.
Phantom Zulu 5, re-attack, adjust strike east 25 meters. Target is the northeasternmost house in the hamlet.
Yeah, really good.
Found copies 25 meters east of last impact.
I should have said what type of house it was.
Yeah, so that's a good good lesson.
Nice.
Sometimes a lot of targets look similar, right? So like, if you're using a frame of reference and you say like, hey, it's the house with the red tiled roof. Well, if we're in one of these Mediterranean maps where there's a fucking 1,000 houses with red tiled roofs, it may not be the best.
Phantom
descriptor.
Zulu 5, target destroyed completely, return to BP.
Good shit.
Crazy Cat, you're up. You got the BMP.
But yeah, you're right, Killer. So
See, this
sorry
makes
to
me
interrupt
actually
you. I just
want
wanted
to
to while I
pilot.
was in the flow.
Yeah.
Canary, this is Zulu 6 requesting destruction of APC and infantry squad. Friendly position, OP Youngling.
And who's up after Crazy Cat?
Target location is Camp
I'll do one.
LZ
Alright, I think I
Connor.
got a target for you.
Bearing 201 of JTAC, 1.1 click. Target is a BMP and infantry squad. Utilize 3 times FAT and then HE rockets. Oh! How copy, Canary?
What the fuck?
Canary copy, target is LZ Connor. 3 times FAT followed by HE rockets.
Oh no!
Bye, Banzer.
BMP and infantry.
Alright,
Correct.
Benny.
Inform when tally on target.
Okay.
Benny, come over here. Benny.
Tally on target.
Cleared hot. Attack from northeast, southwest. Good direction so far. Adjust left slight. Good hits. Wait for a BDA. How many FAT remaining for you?
5 FAT, 6 FFAR.
Roger. Swing around again for another pass from northeast to southwest, targeting BMP directly. Intent for it to be smoking.
Tally on BMP.
Cleared hot again.
Yeah, looking at it from my perspective, his first rockets were just a little short.
High and low. Those
No
ones are
droid.
smoking.
Going back. Winchester, FATS.
Good copy on Winchester, RTB. Oh, it did go. Correction, BDA update, it is destroyed.
Oh, cool. Wonderful.
There we go. Fix my audio. I can hear behind me now.
Okay.
Nuke, did that change your ammo?
Yep, refilled.
Alright, Benny.
Okay, let's try this.
So you'll be talking to Phantom.
Phantom.
What am I, 7, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Phantom, Zulu 7, advised and ready for 9 line.
5 line.
Now 5 line.
5 line. He's gonna be like, I don't want to do it. Not
Again.
Correction, 5 line.
Okay, go for 5 line.
I am at OP Yingling. Target is 195 south of my position. Target is a MTLB and bunker with infantry 400 meters northeast of LZ Connor. Testing rockets.
MTLB and bunker northeast of LZ Connor. Tally bunker on southeast side of road.
Use that BTR as a confirmer.
Should be a destroyed BTR northwest, about 50 meters.
On the road.
Seen. Capture that BTR.
Hey, firm, yeah, bunker is southeast of that, 50 meters. MTLB a further 10 meters.
Good.
I'll leave both targets.
Cleared hot, Phantom.
So, think about the
Phantom,
attack
good
angle.
hits on target, re-attack north to south on MTLB.
I would say northeast to southwest. Like
Yeah,
give
north,
him
south on them,
give
go.
him more space to come in, because the like initial attack angle, that MTLB was like pretty much in cover. You know what I'm saying? It was like hold down. So like basically give him a flank to make the target
see.
easier.
Yeah, the north to
Okay.
south will have the flank, but short.
Yeah, but he's having to like
Oh,
he's
sure,
having a
I'm sorry.
very so actually give him east to west. Immediate reattack, MTLB east to west.
Reattack, MTLB east to west. Rockets were short 5 meters.
So one of the safest things you can do when it comes to attack profiles is perpendicular. And a lot of times it'll make it very easy for them to see the target that way also. But that way there's no chance that they're gonna make a rocket go short into you, like if they're doing a over our shoulder attack run, right? So like perpendicular is always gonna be very safe.
Ooh, that one hit. I think.
This is God's strongest MTLB.
There we go.
Good effect on target Phantom. Return to BP Cobra.
Phantom, Winchester,
Roger that, Phantom. You'll get resupply from God.
Sorry, I wasn't able to line up another target for who's up next.
Who's up
Sorry,
next?
Exploded
I
again.
can be.
Okay, we're gonna do a little closer of a target.
Okay, I gotta head on out. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for the information. If
Yeah, GG's.
someone can just ping me whenever game's all, or like when everything's said and done, so that way I can read up, that'd be great.
I'll post my recording too.
Alright, thank you. Ciao.
Yeah, see ya. Alright, next target is...
Very upsetting.
Next target is a UAZ with a fire team next to it. South 185 from my position, like 200, 300 meters.
185. I see the UAC.
And then there's a squad of Russians to the...
I don't see the fire team though.
They're directly to the southeast.
They can see
Okay.
us.
Yeah, I see them.
They're set to careless.
Okay.
Alright, so for this one, I'm gonna throw down a smoke grenade. I'm not gonna put it directly on them. I'm gonna throw it down somewhere and then use that as a way of talking them on. But get your target brief. Just say it'll be marked with smoke when you go mark by, and I'll give you a mark to use as a steer point.
Yeah. It's Canary who's upright.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Canary, this is Zulu 9, 5 line.
Ready for 5 line?
Type 2, give me FFRs. My position is OP Yingling. Target is 185, range 475 meters. Target will be marked by smoke. Target is UAC as well as assorted infantry. Attack north to south.
Just let me know when you want me to shoot the smoke.
Yeah, go ahead.
Firing.
Say again on target location.
185.
Target location is azimuth 185, range 475 meters. Target is marked by purple smoke.
Tally on purple smoke. Rockets and guns, you said?
A-firm, you're clear to engage.
Also adjust where they are relative to the smoke.
Yep. That's why I didn't shoot the smoke directly on the target.
Yeah.
So you can use it as an adjustment point. You can say like, hey, target is... Because I think he sees the smoke, so he's shooting at the... Oh, there we go.
Oh god, that hit somebody's forehead.
I got off center on that run.
That was just fucking...
Off center, but well.
Good effect on target. Do a second run. Try and aim directly for the pool smoke.
Well, no. So what I was saying is, often what I'll do is I'll throw a smoke down not directly on the target, and then talk them from the smoke onto the target, so the smoke isn't obscuring the target.
I'm trying to hit the UAC
I think
directly.
Nucrat just
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well,
because it's a
you got
type
the,
2, right? So they're just
all
going
infantry
off
have been
their own
neutralized down
targeting.
there.
All infantry has been neutralized. You can return to the BP.
Also, if they want to practice too, I can cycle in as a pilot for one of them.
Some fats are coming up first on my weapons. It's annoying.
Crazy Cat, you said you wanted to switch?
I can't.
Any air player, do you want to switch roles and come down here to be a JTAC? We have another pilot.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Alright, you can just land your helicopter wherever, like, closest to you, and then I'll just teleport the pilot to you and teleport you back over here.
I can also land at Camp Maxwell. There's an LZ there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Approved.
We switch both pilots, so I can do that as well.
Hey, firm.
I can go up if you want. Actually, I don't know, because I've been crashing a lot, so that might be fun.
Yeah.
I could just, I'm down to
We'll just do
for
one pilot.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
just-
Okay,
I can cycle quick.
Is there a way for me to raise voice chat volume without raising
Phantom, I'll let
radio
you go
volume?
first. You're closer.
You mean how loudly you're speaking or how loudly we are speaking?
How loud you're speaking, because I can barely hear you guys. The radio is
Yeah, Phantom
really
is
loud.
a drop right there. You have trees close left, be advised. Zulu, this is Phantom. Wheels up. It's just immediately behind you. Phantom moving to BP Cobra for waiting for next assignment. Phantom is Huey with FFAR and M134. Full load 4000 M134, 38 FFAR. Now copy.
Phantom, this is Zulu, 5-line, bomb on target, type 2 control. Position OP Yingling, target position, target position 300 meters northeast of last strike. Target APC or IV. Engage with rockets. Repack.
For repack on target location, please repeat target location.
target location bearing 200, 600 meters from my location. It is about 200 meters northeast of a burning vehicle.
Searching for it. Tally on target.
Cleared hot.
Approaching north to south. Fire support complete. How effect?
Strike on target, MKIll on vehicle. Objective complete, I guess. Return to BP Cobra.
Good copy. Phantom returning to BP Cobra. Phantom on station, BP Cobra.
Phantom, Zulu 11, advise ready for 5 line.
Phantom, Zulu, ready 5 line.
Type 2 control, bomb on target. My position is OP Ewingling, roughly southeast of Camp Maxwell. Target location is building to the left of the road in Anjas Ioannis, coming from the north. That would be east side of the road. There's a target is infantry. Strike with like 3 times FFAR, followed by guns for cleanup.
Zulu Phantom, read back. Enemy target is a building and infantry, east side of the road, I guess Ninas. 3 times FFAR and then guns. Tally on target.
Good copy, clear hot.
Strike complete.
BDA is a good effect on target, most dead, remaining suppressed. That's I'm gonna go reciprocal, re-attack, same munitions. Or I guess north to south again.
Phantom copies. Re-engaging from BP Cobra, north to south.
Try to strike the east face of the housing.
Phantom strike complete. Moving.
Get effect. I'm gonna say that's mission complete on that strike. Return to BP.
Phantom copies, returning BP Cobra. Zulu Phantom. Phantom has returned to BP Cobra and is on station.
Your call sign again, Air?
This is Phantom, on station.
This is Zulu 12. Yeah, one standby.
Phantom standing by.
Phantom Zulu 12, 5 line, type 2 control, bomb on target, rockets. My position, OP Yungling, not marked. Target location, 181 from my location, range 530 meters. Reference 10
stand by for smoke. Reference purple smoke. Reference. One sec, stand by. Reference south, ridge southeast of purple smoke, approximately 50 meters. Target is infantry in the open. Requesting rocket strike. Yeah, just rocket them.
Phantom copy.
I already done goofed, didn't I? Okay, target 100 meters south of purple smoke. Rocket strike. West to east.
Phantom copy. Striking west to east, 100 meters south of purple smoke. Target is infantry, requesting rocket run. Phantom beginning, or tallies target, and will begin rocket run shortly. Phantom reporting infantry widespread unsure effect.
A good effect. You took out half of the infantry. We get a reciprocal strike 50 meters west of previous.
Phantom copies. Reciprocal strike 50 meters west of previous. Phantom reporting EI rocket launches on craft. Evading.
Copy. Good effect on target. Return to BP Cobra.
Phantom copies, returning to BP Cobra. Zulu Phantom. Phantom on station BP Cobra, yellow ammo. Or yellow on rocket.
Copies.
Chris, we got one more JTAC on the net, and I'll get you a target.
Phantom copies.
Phantom, this is Zulu, what are we in at? Zulu 100, requesting 5 line.
Zulu 100, Phantom, ready for 5 line.
Type 2 control, bomb coordinate, my position is OP Yingling, marked by nothing. Target location, south of my position, 550 meters, marked 1713 marker on map. Target is infantry squad and Russian tank. Coordinates up to pilot.
Phantom is FFARs and minigun.
Alright, 3 times FFAR and minigun will do.
Zulu 100 Phantom, repeat target location. I don't see a map marker.
Targets south of OP Yangling, 550 meters, marked by blue smoke.
Zulu 100 Phantom, tally smoke, eyes on target.
Air hut.
Good copy. Beginning engagement. Phantom, or Zulu 100 Phantom, my bad, I don't remember if you called for minigun or not.
It was good.
Strike complete.
Good effect on target, infantry all dead, vehicle is disarmed. Mission accomplished, return to BP.
Zulu 100 Phantom, good copy. Phantom has on station at BP Cobra.
And Phantom Zulu, advisory 5 line.
Phantom ready for 5 line.
Fucking my location, OP Yingling, southeast, bearing bearing 164 for 144. I have a squad of infantry near a Y intersection, requesting guns and rockets west to east reciprocal.
Phantom copies, Y intersection, west east, guns and rockets. Tally target.
And Phantom, you're cleared hot. Good hits, good hits. I got a couple north of the intersection, or correction, south of the intersection also.
Overflying, will reciprocal in a second.
Stand by BDA.
Standing by.
And Phantom Zulu, good hits on target. Estimate 5 EKA, KIA, mission complete. Ground forces are cleaning up. Push back BP, away further tasking.
Zulu Phantom, good copy. Pushing BP. Reporting light small arms fire towards me.
Yeah, acknowledge. Do you have a fix on where that's coming from?
Well, we overflew.
And Phantom Zulu, advise ready 5 line.
Zulu Phantom, ready 5 line.
Okay, my location, OP Yingling, bearing 198 for 600. I have an MTLB approaching along that road, requesting rockets.
Zulu Phantom copy, tally MTLB.
And Phantom Zulu, cleared hot. Hits are just south of the target. Good hit there. Continue engagement.
Overflying, going reciprocal, southeast to northwest.
Yeah, give me east to west if you can.
Good copy, adjusting east-west.
And Phantom, target is just south of that wide intersection now.
Phantom, tally target.
Phantom Zulu, cleared hot. Good fucking hit, good fucking hit.
Strike complete.
Phantom Zulu, assessing that target as gun kill, crew might be dead, is rolling down the fucking hill right now. Push back BP and report established.
Zulu Phantom, establish BP Cobra.
And Phantom Zulu advise remaining munitions.
Zulu Phantom, remaining munitions 15 FFAR, near full M134.
Zulu.
Phantom Zulu, I need you lined up for north to south reciprocal. I got enemies just west of OP Yingling.
Zulu Phantom adjusting for north-south, just west of OP England.
And hey, call visual the parked helicopter at OP.
Visual call.
Hey, all enemies are west of that helicopter. Keep all effects west of the helicopter. I got roughly a squad of enemy infantry on the west side of OP. You're clear to engage.
Good copy. Fine. Looking for target.
And Phantom, if you can't get direct tally, just go guns for suppression. Phantom, good hits, good hits. Phantom, adjust targets north. They're coming around the north side of the hill up here.
Zulu Phantom going reciprocal, south to north.
Yeah, acknowledge. Again, if you don't have direct tally on targets, just go guns for suppression. Phantom Zulu, good effects. Stay north for another potential run.
Zulu Phantom, good copy. Be advised, my cockpit is fucked. Visibility low.
Yeah, acknowledge. Give me one more run for suppression and then you're clear to RTB for Triple R.
Zulu Phantom, God has repaired the glass. Holding
Zulu.
Zulu Phantom, repeat, did you want me suppressing now?
Negative, hold fire, hold fire. Push back BP.
Zulu Phantom, good copy, pushing BP, Cobra. Zulu Phantom, munitions update, fully restocked, 38 FFAR, full minigun.
Zulu. And Crazy Cat, we're gonna have you be landing at OP here to go through some HLZ brief stuff.
Good copy. Start bringing it in. Tally yellow smoke, is that good for me to...
Are you able to land the west side of the smoke? There's a marked landing pad there.
Phantom, land on the helipad on the west side of the smoke. Hazards, you have trees approximately 20 meters tall to the west side of the HLZ.
It's like lots of DC.
You're looking good straight down there.
Touchdown.
Num
Oh, everyone's out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
screwed that up, but we got
I
him
think
on
we
the
should
ground
make
at
that
least.
more explicit. You know.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
got hit
maybe
with some
not
weird
related to
lag
this.
right as I'm trying
No,
to
I
land.
mean, so
think
it is valid.
being
else be
around
doing,
people.
right?
All right, so one thing we'll go over real quick before Banzer has to dip for the PCA stuff, and all the other PCA players in here, which is like quite a few people. So another thing that I really want to stress that like as a JTAC's role is making sure that the landing and exfilling and basically all the stuff to do with like air assaults is handled by the JTAC. So it's a lot actually to manage successfully. Because you got to think about how many passengers do I have? How many seats do I have? How am I going to divide up these into different chalks, right? So that's just a math equation, but you also got to like talk to the platoon commander or whoever's in charge and be like, hey, are we cool with splitting Bravo up into two different elements? How are we going to command and control those people? Like maybe, here's an idea. We talk to the Bravo 1 fire team lead and say, are you comfortable carrying a 148 so that the Bravo squad leader can talk to you if you end up isolated during the, like a split lift, right? So think about things like that. Think about HLZs, again, that are going to be close enough to the objective, but not so close that it's like super dangerous. Think about areas where there's flat ground. So you can actually use a map tool to assess how flat the area is. It's a Q, it's find flat. And that will show you if it's green, it means it's relatively flat. If it's like blue, then it means it's I think it's actually showing like
I think
elevation.
it's green is on level with your cursor.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue is descending, red is ascending.
Yeah. So those are tools you can use to kind of see if the elevation is actually going to be feasible for landing a helicopter. And then a big thing is making sure that this stuff goes quickly. So there's something called PZ posture, pickup zone posture, where when you say, hey, Bravo, your helicopter's coming, I want you all to get like in a formation against these rocks here to the north so that everyone is ready. And once that helicopter lands right here, you know immediately to run to your helicopter and get in it in a timely manner, in an organized manner, so it's not all dysfunctional. And then I would say team leaders are probably last to get in the helicopter, and the last to get in for full accountability to make sure everyone got into the helicopter. But then it's kind of a flip side. Like honestly, I would say team leaders need to be the first to get out so they can organize it, or at least if they're not the first to get out, they need to tell their team like where to go, right? Like, hey, when we get out, I want the whole team to set security on the south side in that tree line or something like that, right? And then be the last person to get out to tell that helicopter, hey, we're good, you can lift. And if the JTAC or some other element lead is inside it, like if a squad leader's in there, I would say shed that task to the squad leader so that the fire team leaders can focus on just leading their fire teams. But marking ALZs, using smoke as, again, visual calls, it's not super bad to like actually put your smoke directly where you want them to land, because of the way Arma does smoke particles, the helicopter will actually push all that shit away. The HLZ brief, very informal. I use something called LIES, location, ingress, egress, and then sort. So that's like if there's multi aircraft like lifts, like we're lifting the whole platoon, like staggered or simultaneous, echelon or wedge or line, different formations. But it'd be location, so just like name this LZ. This one is, you know, you call it Camp Maxwell LZ, you can call it OP Yingling LZ, you can call it LZ Black, whatever, right? Ingress location. So I would say, like, looking at this, where do you think is the optimal location for the helicopter to fly in to land? From the east, yeah. So I would say ingress east to west, and then probably egress the same direction, or, you know, if you're going to tell them to like egress away from the enemy, like, you know, enemy contact is to the south, like egress to the north, but you need to lift and clear these trees. Sorry, it's lies are. So it's location, ingress, egress, sort, which again, if it's just one bird, just say, you know, one bird. If it's two birds simultaneous, in a line or in a column, you know, however you want to do that. And the last one is R, and that's remarks. And the remarks, I would think about things like hazards. And the big hazards here is, can anyone tell me what's the big hazard? Trees. Try to give like a general, like I said, like 20-meter tall trees, you know, 10 meters away from the LZ. So just guesstimate. You don't need to like be exact. But yeah. Other hazards, power lines, weird terrain, like, you know, if there's a hill or something next to it, enemy, that's a hazard. So like, hey, enemy are known to be to the south, so like watch that. I tell them this is a hot LZ. When you're doing sensor taskings, you also can do like LZ ice or cherry calls. Cherry would be if the LZ is like way too hot and we're gonna not land. So like, hey, LZ black is cherry. We're gonna go LZ, you know, white as like a backup LZ or something. Or you could say like, hey, LZ black is ice, which means like it's cold. There's nothing. There's no enemy. Any questions for HLZ shit? I'm being quick because I know Banzer has to punch out here.
Oh no. What that?
Nice body.
Bloody.
I do have to dip, but just you know, organizing chalks is like the biggest headache that I've encountered in doing this. What I've taken to doing is like keeping track of head count of every element that we have. So Alpha, Bravo, Platoonco, Golf if we have them, and like by fire team saying how many that we have and using that. Like I'll literally like mark it on the map. Like Alpha is 14 people, Bravo is 14 people, and now I know if I have a bird that only seats, you know, 24 seats, I need like to do separate lifts or, you know, figure something out there.
Yep.
The other thing is communicating like which chalks are going into which bird. Like ground forces need to know they're going into Phantom 1. Phantom 1 needs to know they're picking up Alpha. It goes both ways there, you know.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that can really help with that is, especially if we're doing like night missions, like, hey, drop a chem light like over at this rock. This is where Alpha is going to muster around. So like Alpha, get in a formation behind this chem light, and then you can say, hey, Phantom 1, you're landing on the north side of that chem light. Alpha will be getting in your bird. It's a disease.
It's spreading, unfortunately.
I know. And so you could do that. You can use colored smokes or anything that is visually distinct during the daytime. You know, like pick out a person. If you have those flags, right? That's another thing, like the Canadian flag or the Rats flags. Yeah. No, seriously.
Yeah.
If you have you could say, hey, it's Alpha Squad Lead. Yep. Click it. You're Alpha Squad Lead. Put the Canadian flag. Alpha, get behind the Canadian flag. Bravo Squad Lead. Put on the fucking, you know, run. Put on the fucking Rats flag. You're Bravo Squad Lead. Bravo, get behind.
I will use myself as a mark for LZs. Like I'll stand in the LZ.
Yeah.
I'll be the only one there, and that way the helicopter knows that's where they need to go.
Where do you put on these flags? Sorry.
A self-interact equipment.
Don't worry about it.
Flags.
All right, thank you.
Okay, it was actually that easy. Yeah, that's about it. You can also use like IR lasers on your guns. This is why I generally like to declutter or be IR tight with lasers, because you only want one person. Oh, another thing that really helps. You saw how smoke was super useful for marking targets. Deconflict before the mission starts. Be like, hey, I'm the JTAC. I am the only one who's going to use purple. Like, I like purple. I think it's a very unique color. As smoke, it's actually called violet, but it pops really well, right? So you can say, hey, everyone else, you can use whatever color you want of the rainbow. Don't use purple. Purple is mine. And then that way, when I talk to my pellets, I'm like, hey, I will be using purple primarily. So when I throw down a smoke and they're like, hey, I see a red, I see a blue, I see a green, and I see a purple. My target is the purple, because I've seen that happen quite a lot where like they'll be like, yeah, I see smoke, or like targets marked by smoke, and they'll be like, yeah, I see smoke, and you're like, cool, attack it, and they're like, all right, rocketing, and then they just rocket, something completely different.
Right,
or-
because there can be multiple smokes of different colors active in the area. Enemies can also throw colored smoke sometimes, like orange and red, I think are common in enemy loadouts.
My compositions always have yellow, so that's how you know you're fighting people that I've built. Yeah. Any other questions real quick before we have to end?
This was fun.
Yeah, thank you for all listening. I unfortunately will not be able to play for a few more months. This is my last time being on a computer, but I hope you all have a good time. I hope you learned some stuff. Always reference to Banzer for any assistance in the future, because Banzer also knows this stuff very well. And yeah, hope you guys all have a great time and keep playing. And it's like what's the JTAC thing? Serious fun or whatever. We're like semi-serious fun.
Thanks, Killjoy.
So, yep.
Yeah, thank you, Killjoy.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Killjoy.
Yep. All right. Have a good day. See you.
See ya.
Bye.
GG's.
See ya.
Holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna go back to firing range to make a JTAC loadout.
You're gonna be lost in the turret because that came in like 2
Yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
Oh, I think you need to hit T to
Yeah, you gotta range it first.
Yeah. I tried earlier, but I didn't show up. in gun range. Just call it. Yeah.